1970 table that would fold out on the end for larger people, or you could fold both ends down, two people could eat off of it. I said, okay. So I sat down at the table, she sat on one end, I sat on the other, you know, and, I said, what's up? And she said, well, she said, I've been having some problems. I said, okay. She said, nurse, she said, I've had some tests run, she said, and I found out that I got cancer. As a kid, I didn't know what that meant. I knew my grandfather had it, but, you know, he died when I was young, so I didn't know. I said, so, are you done? She goes, well, not today. She made a joke out of it. I said, okay. So, she said, I'm gonna have to go and have a surgery. I said, okay. She said, I'm gonna have to have some treatments, and she said, but I'll be fine. I said, all right. I said, well, you got it, then we're good. And that was the way we left it. I said, does Stacy know? She goes, nope, and you're not telling her. I said, fair enough. I respected her wishes. She didn't want Stacy to know, I didn't tell her. I figured she'd tell her own way. And so I went with her to the hospital. She had the surgery. They took one of her breasts off. She come out, and they told her that she was gonna have to do so many treatments of chemo, so many treatments of radiation. And she did. And she stayed sick the whole time. For the entire time that she did it, she lived on saltine crackers and Sprite. And I couldn't fathom that. You know, but she never complained. You know, she never missed a school meeting. She never missed nothing. You know, she would get up and she would get dressed, and she might have to have, you know, me drive her. She's like, she would ask me, she would say, okay, school meeting today, go to bed. And I'm like, She's like, okay. So she would go, and they would say, well, you know, he's doing this, he's doing that. And she was like, all right, how are you doing? I'm fine. We'll talk about it when we get home. And she would get up and she'd go to the next person. She never, I mean, you know, mom wasn't gonna let you have it in front of people. Now, when you got in the truck, that's a horse with new colors. She'd probably give it to you then, but she was gonna let you know where you was at with her right off the jump.
And so, as your mom was going through the chemotherapy, this is where you saw Linda started being more helpful to your mom. So set up how, when your mom was sick with cancer, Linda would, you know, come over, she'd bring food. I don't know if she'd make food for you and Stacy
No,
or your
Linda
mother.
couldn't cook.
Oh, okay. So,
Mom could cook great, but Linda could cook. I mean, Linda's claim to fame is she could make